Hello friends, this is Barbara from Wigs and Fluff. Now today I want to talk to you about training your bangs. How do you train your bangs on wigs? Now these bangs here do pretty good. I trim them a little bit as I always do. I have a small forehead as I keep saying, and I do have a 3-inch forehead, just 3 inches at the top. So from my hairline to my eyebrows is just about 3 inches. So I have a problem with wigs that come down 5 inches. That's too much for me. 4 inches, I always have to trim a little bit. But what if you trim them and you can't just seem to get them to go the way you want them to go? Well, there are a few products that you can use to try that with, and the first one is going to be Wig Wax. Wig Wax really helps, and you might want to just put some on your hands like that. That always helps, and then just smooth it to the side like that. I prefer these bangs to the side on this little haircut. I think I like it like that. So I'm training the wigs. This is the COCO wig, by the way, by Rene of Paris, my little COCO wig. And I think it's in sugarcane, but I can't remember. I'll look it up and I'll let you know in the comments below. I forget what I think it's sugarcane. I think that's what this is. But anyways, try Wig Wax first. This really, let me turn it to the front. This really helps. And you may want to use, well, this is kind of one, but not exactly. A rat tail comb. I thought I had it right there, but I didn't. But this is kind of one. This has a cutter on the end. If you want to feather them, you can always use that. But this is kind of a rat tail comb. And you can just give it a little bit of a back comb like that, and then use the Wig Wax. Or, let me get my hairspray. Excuse me. There it is. I did not get my stuff out this morning. I'm sorry. Okay, same thing. Put a little bit on your fingers, just like this, and then smooth it on to the wig. And it's going to go in the direction that you want it to go. I don't mind a few little bangs hanging down, but I think I like on this particular wig. And if you have some of the stick-ups, you know, in the back, that works good for those too. You just put some on your hand, and now this is going to be a little sticky on your hand where the Wig Wax is not. Just to let you know, this is going to be a little bit more sticky. So I always have to wipe my hands off or wash them after I use that hairspray. I love my little bench up here. You should see it right now. It's a mess, but I've got things lined up here, and it really helps me. I love that little bench. It was just a stroke of genius to find that little bench. It's just, the Lord is involved in that, because it's just the perfect size, and I can put 7 or 8 wigs on there if I'm going to. So, if I'm going to be wearing that many. So, anyways, this is the COCO wig. I really love this little wig. I think it's the cutest thing in the world. This is by Rene of Paris, and I think it's in the sugarcane color. I really, really love it, and I will leave a description, leave it for sure in the description box below if you want to get one in this color. I know many of you already have a COCO wig, and I hope you got one from the last time I reviewed it, because it is a marvelous little wig. I really, really, really love it. It's the cutest thing ever. So, I want to talk to you about something else now too. I want to talk to you about God is the greatest. God is the God of all gods, the Lord of all lords, and a great God. That's in Deuteronomy 10:7. He is a great king over all the earth. He is greatly to be praised in the mountains of his holiness. He does great things and that are unsearchable, and marvelous things without number. He is doing great things right now, in the present, in our time, in history. Look at all the revivals going on right now in the colleges. That is just a marvelous, marvelous thing. These young people, they are so important to the future. And for them to get right with God in their 20s is a marvelous miracle. And I'm just so happy for that. So many times, kids, when they go to college, they just stray away and they don't even go to church anymore. And that becomes a habit for the next 10 years or so before they get their head on straight again. So I am hoping that this is just a really worldwide move of the Lord. It's an outpouring. It's been described as an outpouring, a blessing, a movement of the hand of God. And it just keeps going on and on and on. The Ashbury revival is still going on right now. And it's spread to Australia and the UK and many other places, and various places in the United States, Jacksonville and other places where they've had revival just break out. Not planned, not somebody that throws up a tent and say, hey, we're having a revival. It is unplanned. It is a movement of God. And it just goes on and on and on. So he's doing right now great things right now in the present. And he is a righteous God, absolutely good, a good God. So trust him today with your life and with your heart. I pray that you do. If you haven't done that, I pray that you do. Just ask him into your heart. Ask him to take over your life. Just tell him that you want his forgiveness for your sins and walk on with him. Read the Bible, pray, and go to church. Real important. Read the Bible every day. Get into it, study it, learn it, pray. Pray about everything. Pray for an hour every day if you can. If you can, it takes time to build up to that sometimes. When people are first starting to learn to pray, it's hard for them to pray for long periods of time. But pray. And then pray in the car as you're driving along. Just pray out loud with your eyes open, please. But pray in the car while you're driving along. And God will answer those prayers too. So put your trust in him today. Read the Bible, go to church, and pray. Now, I've trained these bangs. I've trained them to go over to the side, and they're still working on it nicely. They're doing it. And over time, when I put on this particular wig, they will naturally just go over to the side. I like that with this particular wig. So that's how you train them. And I will put the what you need in the description box below. And you'll need a rat tail comb. You'll need, or a rat tail brush. And you'll need some wig wax spray. And you'll need some hairspray. I love the Brandywine. Really good stuff. So, and I'm wearing the COCO wig. So that's my story today. I also wanted to touch on wearing makeup with your wig. Always wear makeup with your wig. Put it on every day when you go out. Put it on every day when you get up in the morning. It'll make you feel so much better about yourself. Sometimes we get into little depressions or down periods and we stop wearing makeup and we stop dressing nicely. Don't do that. Do not do that. Take it from someone who knows and who's been through a time or two. Always get up, get yourself dressed nicely, put on your earrings, put on your makeup, and get ready to go, and you will feel better throughout the day. And if you're still a little down, go out for lunch. See if you can find somebody to go with. If not, go by yourself. Maybe you'll make a new friend. And or go by the Starbucks. Go by the Starbucks. And it's easy to make a friend at Starbucks. You just sit down there at one of the tables and somebody will come and sit down next to you before you know it. Or you'll see somebody you know, or you'll start up a conversation with somebody and you'll make a new friend. So it's easy to do at Starbucks. So wash your hands. The other thing another tip I was going to tell you, wash your hands frequently when you're wearing wigs, because the oils that are on your hands can get on your wigs and that can make them dirty. and it can make them not as good, not as pretty on your hair, on your head as you would like. The oils from your hands can cause stuff to happen with your wig. So I know sometimes I catch myself fixing my wig, just put my hands up because it feels good. It feels good to touch your hair, to know that you've got hair and that it looks good. So those are just a couple of tips. Wear makeup every day. Wash your hands frequently. We need to be washing our hands frequently anyway, but we do it especially because of our wigs. And be careful in the kitchen, opening that oven door. Don't do it with your wig on. You're going to frizz your wig. You'll singe it. So be real careful. If you're in the kitchen and you're rushing around and you're working over, stop, take off the wig. Put on one of these little caps that you have around. I have several, and simply do that instead. And then when you're done with your cooking, go put your wig on, and that works much, much better for the wig. The wig does not like to be around heat, or a flash of heat from the oven especially is bad for your wig. So that's my story today. I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but I wanted to show you how to train your bangs on a wig, in case you have a short forehead like me. I've got like 3 inches, and you have trouble with bangs like I do. So anyways, that's how you train your wig. See, it's still staying there. And every time I put it on, I'll do the same thing for the next couple of times, and before you know it, it will be trained that way, because that's the way the wigs are made. They're made to stay pretty much in the shape that you put them in. They do. So start training your wigs if you have a problem with it. Just use either Wig Wax spray, that works well, or the Brandywine Hairspray. And you may need a rat tail comb or a wig brush. And make it only for the wig. Don't use any comb or brush that you've used on your bio hair. Don't use it on your wig. Same thing. Oils on your hair. Not a good idea to use the same brush. So anyways, that's my story today. I'll stop rambling, and I'll see you next time. Bye.